The newborn baby cried as the snake catched him, but what the cat did was amazing. Cats are fantastic around babies. They make each other so happy. Cats avoid lying on babies because babies grab tails and they don't much like that. It's amazing how kind cats are to babies. They're generally more gentle with babies than they are to adults, and they seem to recognize that it's a baby. Human babies don't feed them, threaten them, or even pay attention to them. Cats are independent enough that a bit less attention won't be the end of their life, especially if there's another cat around. A kitten, meanwhile, wants to play with you, eat your food, jump all over you, and just be another cat in your little territory, where you've set up shop. Now, you and the kitten need to start sorting out the new hierarchy even more annoying. This is your house, and you'll have to share everything with a new fuzzball. In separate incidents, it could almost be termed a case of the rescued becoming the rescuer. On the Friday of Memorial Day weekend, 2 local residences were invaded by a poisonous snake. In both cases, the snake was killed, one of those times by a kitten that had been a rescue adoption itself. Midnight, a nearly solid black 5-month-old kitten belonging to Jennifer Shelton, a baby cottonmouth, came in under the door of Shelton's residence just outside McAllister. But Midnight was on duty and dispatched the offending reptile. Shelton stated she has spoiled the kitten since then, but Shelton was already providing a loving home for Midnight, whom she adopted as a rescue cat. Earlier this week, Shelton agreed with the humorous axiom about pets that dogs have owners. Cats have staff. Her baby was sleeping, but this hero cat felt the danger and stayed alert to save his life. When she heard his cries, she ran and bit this huge snake till the mom came and took the baby away from it. Less than a year ago, she was bitten at the same time by not 1 but 2 cottonmouths. That resulted in her spending some time in the ICU after the snake bites, and she was delighted with her kitten's performance in this recent encounter. This wasn't the only case. 4 cats jumped on a killer cobra snake and saved the life of a 2-year-old Saudi girl at her house in the Gulf Kingdom before the reptile was killed by the child's mother, a newspaper reported on Saturday. The poisonous cobra sneaked into the house in a rugged village in the southern province of Assur and crawled toward the girl who was playing outside her room. Okaz Arabic Language Daily said, 4 cats at the house jumped at the snake, and a pitched battle erupted. The frightened girl started screaming, causing her mother to rush out. The mother then hurried to the kitchen, got a big knife, and brought it down on the snake's head. After a battle of a few minutes, the cobra was killed. Cats are really superheroes in an odd and slithery coincidence. It was also that same Friday when a copperhead snake made its way into the home of Ronnie and Pam Crone. Pam Crone estimated it was about 12 to 14 inches long while it was still alive. She also described the copperhead as being quite aggressive. Their daughter was barefoot and nearly stepped on it. At the time, Ronnie Crone was killing the snake. It managed to rise up and strike him, missing him by just a few inches. The Crones had a day of poisonous snakes that same day. Ronnie Crone had encountered and killed a water moccasin. The water moccasin also struck him, but wasn't as aggressive as the copperhead. The water moccasin was a much larger snake, with Pam Crone estimating its size as 4.5 feet long and about 6 inches around in circumference. After the episode with the copperhead, a search was done for a nest of copperheads located and dispatched. Pam Crone estimated there were between 4 and 7 copperheads in the nest before they were killed. She said she'd heard there'd been a larger number of snakes this year than usual, and a friend of hers in Idabel caught and killed 27 snakes in 1 week. A game warden in Pittsburgh, County Shane Fields, said neither he nor fellow warden Lieutenant Toby had seen an unusual number of snakes this year, and they drive around Fields. Did say the water from rains will get the snakes to come out. Poisonous snakes in Oklahoma are generally considered restricted to several species of rattlesnakes, water moccasin or cottonmouth, and copperheads. We love stories about heroic pets, and this new story about a brave black and white kitty from Florida proves that cats can give dogs a run for their money in the hero department. The world today is full of fans and cats, memes, and funny cat videos, but these furballs don't seem to hesitate to up their status in our minds a level further. This time, one of their kinds looked at death right in the face. A pet cat in Bhubaneswar, Odisha, stood guarding a house while a menacing cobra lurked right in front of it. The daredevil cat couldn't give the snake any chance to enter the house till snake helpline workers reached the place to catch and transport the snake back to its natural habitat. In the picture shared by a news agency, the white cat was photographed sitting alert in front of the house while the Cobra, with its spread hood, waited in front of it. The cat stood guard for a half an hour while locals waited for snake helpline workers to arrive. It was quite a feat for the cat, as cobras are known to attack cats if conditions call for it. Sam Path, a resident of the house, said that their cat is only 1.5 years old. "It lives with us like a family member," Mr. Path added. The post garnered many reactions. Some chose to bring up their experiences with their protective cats. One user wrote, "Here's mine. Once they select you as their pet, they'll save you from the dangers only they can see." Another replied to the tweet saying, "Wow, this cat upgraded itself to a dog." We also spotted creative minds spinning tiny stories around the incident. Likewise, a user wrote that the cat could have been telling the snake, "Hey, Snaky Snakerson, help me leave this place. Please." Another user replied with an image showing a cat looking into a mirror and seeing a lion. He wrote, "Probably she saw this on the internet." A user explained the situation by elaborating on the indistinctive nature of cats. He wrote that cats like to play a standoff with the other creatures until one of them backs off. Still, cat lovers thought this cat needed a good pat for what it did. One user recommended a treat for it and wrote, "She needs to be given wet chicken and gravy cat food time and time again." Pets are proving to be the best guard of their owners. In 2019, a pet dog at John La Village in Curtis District made a supreme sacrifice to protect its master's family from a venomous snake. The same year, another pet dog in the Batangas area of the capital city had fought against a cobra to guard the lives of its owner's family. The pet dog guarding their pets spotted the snake and prevented it from entering the house. Cats and dogs are very faithful. Pets who don't hesitate to risk their lives to protect their owner's family, Malik said he said. Although the cobra was capable of killing the cat, the feline displayed the courage to face the venomous reptile. Cat saves elderly people too. An 81-year-old man living by himself. Tennessee had a close brush with death last week, but he survived all thanks to the cat he didn't know he needed. Jimmy Nelson wasn't sure what to expect when his daughter, Teresa Seals, brought him a shelter cat named Shelley. The 81-year-old Claiborne County resident had never owned an indoor cat before. His wife had never wanted one inside, but Seals thought her father could use the company around the house now that he lived alone. They never imagined that Shelley would become Nelson's hero. Not long after bringing the cat home, Nelson woke up one morning to discover that he had been in great danger while he slept. A venomous copperhead snake had managed to slither its way into his home. "I got out and looked under the table, and there laid the snake." Nelson said the serpent, which was several feet long, had blended into the kitchen floor. According to WKYC, upon closer inspection, Nelson realized what had happened. On the side of the snake's neck and head were claw marks and one big slash, so he knew right away that the cat had definitely killed the snake and then brought it out a few days later to show it to her little dad, Seal said. "It was pretty destined for him to have this cat just to save his life. I've killed 1 million copperhead and rattlesnakes here on the place. But that was the one time it was close," Nelson said. In the 60 years he spent living in the same house, this was the first time a snake had ever made it inside, he told WKYC. If not for Shelley, Nelson might not have survived the incident. According to his daughter, it's no coincidence that the heroic cat found her way into Nelson's home and heart. She believes it was divine intervention that brought the sweet kitty to him. "I think the Lord sent the cat to us to save my dad," Seal said. It certainly seems like a match made in heaven. The 81-year-old has since fallen in love with his new feline friend, his daughter says, though he never imagined becoming a cat person. Nelson is now forever a fan of Shelley the shelter cat. He loves her. He doesn't want to act like he pays attention, but I've caught him actually petting and loving on her, Seal said. Cat-owner relationship is different, as you can think about dogs with their owners once you've developed their trust. You're like parents to them. Yes, having a cat is definitely like having children. Cats only understand you, your family, and the house they live in. Cats are difficult to read because mainly they're not like humans or dogs. They work backward from how we work. To put it another way and make a comparison, actions speak louder than words. This is the belief that what you do overrides what you say, and in my own way, I find it a fitting description for cats and dogs. Cats typically show love through small actions, little tiny things that most people wouldn't notice if they weren't a cat. I've owned both a cat that saw me as barely more than a provider and a cat that sees me as a legitimate mother. We love our brave cat.